and welcome to SEO for Newbies. Today we have the Arizona episode, which is the third episode in our ongoing series. And we have a special guest here, Jasmine Placide. What's
Hello,
happening,
everybody.
Jazzy?
How are you, Bray? How are you, Arizona?
Hey, how
Glad
you
to
doing,
Yeah.
be
Jasmine?
here.
All right, good. So we brought Jasmine on today to speak about some GMBs and answer some questions. Since she has her own company and she helps me out a lot with a lot of things that I have to do with in regards to ranking GMBs, I thought it would be a good idea to bring her on today and kind of introduce her before her channel gets started. So you could kind of, at the end, you could kind of shout out your channel, okay, Jasmine? All
Yes,
right.
so I am very excited to be here. I started a few months back. I met Brett, just pretty much like Arizona. I met him through his YouTube channel, and I was just blown away by his knowledge and the way he's able to communicate this GMB secrets, right? And so I started to implement some of his strategies, and right away I got myself a client right away. And she started ranking. She started doing really well. We did another GMB. The husband is an ophthalmologist, so I was able to get his GMBs as well. And then from there on, it kept progressing and progressing. And right now, I have a doctor and a gym owner. So we're working on those two GMBs. Thank God, very successful, both of them. And so
Awesome.
it's yeah. So I am eager to start my YouTube channel to be able to share some of my knowledge with all of you.
Awesome.
That's great. That's great. So, Arizona, from our first two episodes, I'm getting a lot of feedback from YouTube visitors saying that they're rooting for you, kid.
Are they? Oh yeah.
Yeah, people are rooting for you.
I'm juiced.
People are rooting for you.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. A couple of people are like saying, "Hey, man, I'm rooting for this guy. He seems like a really nice guy," and everybody feels that you have, your past troubles. And listen, we all have past troubles. I have them too, but your past troubles are in the past, and we're moving forward.
Absolutely.
And while you thank me for for showing you personally how to do this, I'm thanking you. I'm thanking you for because you're going to bring a lot of good stuff and you're going to be able to help people. And that's really what I'm all about. And that's what Jasmine's about. We're just about helping people. Business is hard enough. And if we're able to help and you're able to get some free advice, that's what we're here for. So why don't we just take it back before we get into our lesson today, which we're going to talk about Brightlocal today. And Brightlocal is really a tool that's going to help you measure where you are in the three pack and what you need to do to get in the three pack. But before we go there are people that are just jumping in on this third episode, and why don't we give a little history of where how how you came to do this? Just
Okay.
short,
Okay.
10 words or less.
10
10 words or
words or
less.
less. Uh, I conned my way by sending a fake email to an expert and convinced him to help me.
It's not true.
I reached out. I reached out to Brett. I just came home from prison not too long ago. I reached out to Brett, trying to find a true opportunity to make a decent income for me and my family. Reached out to Brett. I started reading or listening about, watching stuff about the Map Pack. Super interested. I saw the potential. And I just knew inside of me, I was like, this is my outlet. I was like, this is it. I was like, this can work. I can make this work. I've just got to find somebody to teach me. And I came across Mindsaw, the YouTube videos, fell in love with the content, fell in love with Brett, the way he communicates, super charismatic. So I reached out to him, kind of spilled my heart out, got on my knees, begged him to help me, and he agreed to help me. So what we're doing
Yeah.
is, through this series, we're just capturing him teach me in real time on video. So I'm a beginner, just starting out, and this is the process. That's what.
Right. I get a lot of people to ask me to help them, and I do. I try to help just about, I try to help everyone that I could. There's only so many hours in a day, but I do try to help everyone. But the thing that got me is that the tone of your email and what you said. Oh, I happen to be wearing my shirt just in coincidence today. This
I
was my
saw
New York
that.
City.
I
Yeah, my New York
see
City. You
it.
saw it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've been
yeah.
looking at it.
This is my New York City Department of Correction shirt,
Mm.
and you know, I worked for the correction department for 20 years, and I'm retired. And I know one thing, that working in jail, and I said in this series we're going to always throw a jail story in. Working in jail, not everybody's bad. Just some people make some bad choices once in a while, and there are some things where you just get kind of hooked into, where you hang out with the wrong crowd, you kind of try something, and then that's the fork in the road for the rest of your life. That's the fork in the road for your rest of life. Doesn't mean that you're a bad person. It just means that you got kind of hooked on something. I tell Jasmine all the time that I love ice cream. Imagine if it was illegal and I had to go to jail for it. I would have been in jail for 12 years. So it could happen to it could happen to anybody, but I'm just really glad that part's behind you.
Yeah.
And that you're moving forward. You go to meetings?
I don't go to meetings. When I came home, I just, and I know it helps a lot of people. It does. And I'm not going to down it by any means. It's not my place. It works for some people. I just, there was this concrete decision I made in my stomach. And like, honestly, the thing that keeps me, thinking in the right way and starting to form these habits that keep me out of jail and sober and everything. Honestly, it's business, and it's finding that something that I'm passionate about, which is business in general, specifically marketing. And
Right.
it fills in that hole that I used
understand.
to use drugs to fill in. Now
the
it's just,
excitement.
now it's just, it's fulfilling, like
I
learning
understand.
about marketing, doing this
Yeah.
stuff. Like, it's
But
just
can I
like,
say something? Can I say
yeah,
something? I'm just going to say something like in business. So, like, I've had a lot of big deals, and I've had a lot of big deals go through. And if I was a user, I can't tell you how many times I would use when a big deal went through. Like, I lost a big client a couple of weeks ago. I got a bonus from them in June. I got fired from them in August.
uh,
Things are going great. We want to give you a bonus. That's all right. You don't have to give us a bonus. Go ahead, go get yourself something. Well, thank you very much. Hey, things aren't working out. We got to let you go. So like, that's how people are. And like I don't hold the gun to anybody. So you want to come, you want to leave. That's fine. AZ, you on? Did we lose?
yeah, I'm on. Yeah,
Oh, okay. I don't see your mic. I don't see your camera. Rather,
yeah,
I just see Jasmine.
yeah, I'm on.
He's
Nothing's.
on.
Oh, you see him? Okay.
I
Okay.
see
So
him.
anyway, okay. All right. So anyway, so as I was saying, it could force you. The stress of this industry could force you to use again. And not only that, not only the bad things, but the good things. What happens, Arizona? Are you going to be responsible if you're bringing in $20,000 a month and everything's running like the first of the month? You just get hit with a check of $20,000. You have your virtual assistants building links, building Tumblr pages, creating subject pages and keyword pages rather, and everything's going great. You just got to check in 15 minutes, 20 minutes a day. Let's just say, right? Just touch base with your team, make sure they're doing the right thing. And you got all this money and all this free time. Are you going to be able to handle that?
I don't. Honestly, I don't plan on the way I look at business and the way my vision for the future is. I still won't have any free time. All that money would go back into investments, and I would just keep building. I would keep building, and
Okay.
I would output my outlets somewhere else. I'd say I'm fairly ambitious, and I think that's one of the big important things for me is staying busy, is doing, constantly doing.
Well, I agree. It's also doing, but it's not only doing for you, it's doing for others. So you have to be able to mentor somebody. You have to be able to pick somebody up.
And I'm super excited to get to the point to where I can do for somebody else what you're doing for me right now. That is
beautiful.
Huge, top on the priority list. One of the top
beautiful.
Things.
Then after that, you make sure that person does for somebody else. And before you know it, everybody's doing for somebody, right? Instead of taking from somebody, people are doing for somebody, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, great. That's important. So for whatever reason, I can't see you. And the reason why I'm concerned, I'd rather look at Jasmine than look at you.
Yeah.
But the problem is I don't think I'm going to be able to see your screen.
Well, let me
So,
see. Let me try to share my screen real quick and see
okay,
if
let's see what I say. Okay. Okay, good. So it looks like it's changing right now. And let's see. Okay, great. Okay,
okay.
so just minimize the Skype there and
All
then
right.
turn on your Brightlocal, and let's talk about Brightlocal. So while you're getting that ready, I'll talk about what Brightlocal is. So what Brightlocal does, and this isn't I don't have an affiliate link. We don't have an affiliate for Brightlocal. You're not going to get a discount by mentioning anything about this video. I don't have any plans to ever do anything like that. But I use Brightlocal to measure my clients' competition in the Google 3-pack. To this point, I haven't seen any other tool that does it as well as Brightlocal. So what do I mean by that? Brightlocal takes a look at the top 5 for a keyword in the Google 3-pack. Open up another browser window, please, Arizona, and type in electricians near me or plumbers near me or something like that. Just open it. Just put a Google, and I want to show people what the Google 3-pack is, just for some people who
Okay.
are jumping into the third.
Boom.
Look at that. Wow, fast type. Okay, so if you scroll down, you'll see Henry Plumbing, Roto-Rooter, and John Blitch, Plumbing. I'm sure I'm not the first person to ever see
Yeah.
that.
No.
Those three plumbing companies are landing number one for plumbers near me. And what Brightlocal does is it takes how many citations. A citation is like a Yelp page. If you're on a Yelp page, if you're on a YP Yellow page, if you're on a Manta page, you're on a Merchant Circle page, those are all called citations or directory pages. It'll let you know that Henry Plumbing is on 100 citations, and Roto-Rooter is on 150, and John Blitch is on 125 different directories. So since you know what number how many people those people are on citations, well then you need 200 citations or 175 citations. So you don't know that without this tool. It also lets you know in the Google My Business how many pictures Henry Plumbing has in his Google My Business. So for example, he may have 25 pictures. So you should have 50 pictures, for example. You always want to try to get more pictures than other people. And it also lets you know, the other thing it lets you know is backlinks, how many backlinks it has coming to their website. So if you only have 10 backlinks and these people have thousands, you have to slowly start getting backlinks to your website, because these are the factors that's important to Google to rank in the Google 3-pack. So that's the reason why we're using Brightlocal. So we're able to measure our competition and see what we need in regards to citations, backlinks, and pictures and other small things.
And pretty much everybody watching can get a free trial as well. So they want to jump
Absolutely.
in and try it.
Oh, yeah. What do they do? They give a 2 weeks free trial or something,
They
or a
do.
month?
14
Okay.
days free. You don't even have to put in your credit card number, nothing. You just sign up and start using it. Just really cool.
Yeah, it's a great tool. You really can't rank in the 3-pack without Brightlocal. It's really, you're doing it blind.
Yeah.
You're doing it blind. Okay, cool. So,
Okay.
yeah, go ahead.
Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is these are when you go to clients and locations, I'll
1 second. Go back to that 3-pack a second.
Okay.
Just go back to it 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
If you wanted to be in the Google 3-pack, and I said to you, Savannah, I want you to rank a GMB in the Google 3-pack right away. What would your GMB name be?
Savannah.
Right.
Well,
I said Arizona. Correct.
Yeah. I would. Well, first thing I would do is I would do my keyword research and find out what the exact long tail keyword is getting the most volume, and then that's
Right.
what I would try to name my GMB is with an exact match to that volume.
Correct.
So yeah.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Awesome.
Okay.
Okay, so you go to clients locations, you can add, they allow you to go in and add GMBs, local businesses, and they create this whole big report. So I'm gonna take you to the dashboard. This is Tree Removal Service Savannah. This is a GMB that me and my partner actually own. He has a tree service in Savannah, and he's actually using a Maps guy that gets him all his leads. So at this point in time, we're trying to beat that guy. He is an active SEO player. So we'll go through it, and okay, awesome. So here is where we're at. We're obviously, it's a new GMB. I don't really know what I'm doing, so it's not the greatest. So let's okay. So how about this? How about, could you go through each one of these things and kind of explain to me a little bit better as far as like domain authority, trust flow, citation flow, link
Certainly.
count? Okay, awesome. So
certainly.
Okay.
So it's been a while since I've been in Google, in Brightlocal, but I could kind of help you out a little bit. So your trust flow is, for example, so I always use this example because everybody's heard of it before. Let's just say CNN, the CNN website, right? The CNN website has a trust flow from Google. Let's just say 95%. Google trusts almost all their content on the CNN website. So if you had a link on the CNN website, or if CNN did a story on you for tree removal Savannah, tree removal service Savannah, if they did an article on you with a link going back to your website, Google would trust that link, and your trust flow would start to rise. If you had a spammy Chinese or Russian link on one of those sites coming back to your website, your trust flow would be very low, like a 1 or a 2, meaning that your website can't be trusted because your backlinks on other websites coming back to your website aren't trusted or are trusted. So a good trust flow for a small business is anywhere between 20 and 40. If you could get a trust flow somewhere around there, you're good.
So between 20 and 40. Okay, now so right here I see that it's saying I have a -7. I didn't know you could go in the minus. It's saying like -7 as my trust flow.
Yeah, and once again, I don't know Brightlocal like I should or like I used to. So I don't know why it says that, because I don't think you have any links going back to that website right now.
Okay.
Right?
All right. Well, what about citation flow score?
Okay, so your citation flows are what we spoke about before. For example, if you have a Yelp page, if you have a YP Yellow, a Yellow Pages Online website, a Blue Book, if you have a Better Business Bureau, if you have a link on there, if you have your own page on there, I think that's a paid link. I think that's about $500 for that page. But as you start to build up those directories, then the more trusted directories you have, that's your citation flow. Your trust flow should always be higher than your citation flow.
Okay. Trust flow should always be higher.
Correct.
Yeah. Have you ordered any citations for your GMB?
We have. I got on Fiverr, and I've gotten somebody to do I think it was like 40. The problem that I'm realizing now that I have Brightlocal, which I'm excited to have it, is there's a lot of NAP inconsistency because Brightlocal is picking up the same phone number and this same address has been used
for another business.
Well, no, it's his business, but his business is not, his GMB is not optimized or named. That's going to get him to number 1. You know, when we came in to do this, I guess. So we created a new GMB, which is named to rank for that keyword. You know, his name of his business is Treeality Tree Service. You know, nobody searches for Treeality Tree Service; they search for Tree Service Savannah. So So the thing is clashing. There's a lot of clashing. Now, there is a tool.
Hold on a second.
Okay.
Are you saying that you use the same address for two different services, for two different businesses?
For two different GMBs.
For two different GMBs. They approved it. It's been approved, and we got the postcard, and everything has been thumbs up, and it's out there, and it's fine. It's approved.
Okay.
I didn't know at the time when I'm telling him, like, hey, just use this address. I didn't know he had already used that address previously.
That happened to me one time. I had a client he broke away from his client, right? He broke away from his partner, and he wanted to name his business. He named it the same exact business as his partner.
What?
Complete home remodeling of Staten Island, something like that, right?
Yeah.
And it was the same name as his partner. I think his partner was of SI, which meant Staten Island. It was almost impossible to rank him in the 3-pack because his partner was ranking for everything, and it was the same name. So they tell you that after. That's a good question to ask when you take on a client.
Gotcha.
Ask the name of their business and then take a look in the 3-pack and see if somebody else has that name and say, oh, do you know that person? Oh yeah, that's me.
Yeah. See, okay, go ahead.
The only way I can see how you can get around this is if you go back to your GMB listing and then add unit A or unit B to the exact same addresses, because I actually have addresses where I have multiple GMBs for the same address. The only difference is that I do unit A for the second GMB, unit B for the third GMB, and so forth and so on. And so therefore it does not create that conflict in the GMB. It doesn't confuse Google as much. So if you can, go back to your GMB and just add unit A, and then from that point on, go ahead and order your citations mentioning unit A or B, whatever.
Or Suite 100 or something like that. Will that throw off the postcard, Jasmine?
No, because he's already have a verified GMB, so he's just optimizing his GMB, and so he goes to the back end of his GMB where it says
do that now. Can you do that, Arizona? Would that be an easy thing to do?
Well, I've got to get. I don't have. He's got all the. I was handling all this stuff. I don't even have the GMB login. I don't have the login.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Right.
Okay. No problem. Okay.
Okay. So, you come down here, and this is a really cool tool. It's got a reputation manager. It shows. It shows where you're getting your reviews from literally they monitor multiple different like Yelp, Yellow Pages, Google, Facebook, multiple things, and they show you your overall ranking as far as your reviews, where they're coming from. This is kind of off because for some reason they're picking up. Now there are some problems with this service. Nothing's perfect. They're picking up a Facebook. They're picking up this Facebook right here that's Baker's Tree Service. We don't even know who that is. I don't know who that is. I have no connection to them, and it's just randomly picking them up.
I wonder why.
Somehow.
And you have a way of changing that too as well.
Do I? Could you please explain that to me?
Of course. So you go back to the GMB, to the back end of the GMB, and if you do have a Facebook business page for this particular business, which you should, and it has to be well optimized, then you're going to copy paste the URL for this Facebook page.
Okay.
Go back to your GMB and then copy paste where it says appointment URL or website URL. And therefore, your real page is connected to the GMB.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Simple solution. Thank you.
There you go.
And one more question. Now, I asked you, how many citations have you ordered for this particular GMB? You said 40. But now, since you have this tool, have you checked and see how many citations do your competitors have?
I have, and that's where I'm fixing to take you guys right now. Okay. Okay. So we'll go to we'll go down to the Google My Business section, which is, in my opinion, this is the absolute most powerful thing on this service. Obviously, gives me an overview of this GMB. Basically the information review, and when I go up here to Tree Service Savannah, here's where it gives me a side-by-side comparison on this is the guy we're trying to beat. This is the SEO guy he's using right now. This is a lead gen site. I'll bring it up another tab. It's right here. Boom. this is a lead gen site. So a guy out of California. This is his site. My buddy's been paying him honestly about an average of $2,000 a month for about the past 2.5 years.
It's easier than cutting trees.
He has been he pays him 10% of his closed sales, and he's an honest businessman. And so he feeds them the leads for free, and when he closes a sale, he does 25. So this 10%. So this is the lead gen site that we're trying to beat. So come back over here. So I see that here's us. We have 39 citations. They have 14.
The page isn't showing yet.
Okay.
Here we go. Okay, good. Yep.
Okay. Yep. All right. So it shows there we go. How many his website authority, he's 35. He's really killing us, I think, because his organic page is ranking #1 on the organic listings. He is ranking #1 on the organic listings. So he's got 77 backlinks. He's got 35 linking domains. And when you say, what's the difference between when you say backlink and a linking domain?
Okay, so for example, he has linking domains. He has 35 linking domains, but he may have 2 links on each page.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, and a linking domain is that's a website that's linking back to you. Okay.
That's all. He may just have 2 links on it.
Okay. He's got a number of scores. Like you said, his citation flow is from Majestic. It is 22. Right. So it's, and I look at this and I'm kind of curious because, you can drop down here and we can drop down here and see that, cat tree service. They've got 30. They've got more citations than him.
Correct. Yeah, that'll drive you crazy.
They have 35% of the top citations. They have fewer links. They only have 44 and 16 linking domains. But it's you'll find these abnormalities, and it's like I'm doing everything else is better than them, but they're still ranking. And so my question is, can you give me a list of the weighted, the heaviest factors that cause your GMB to rank? I know what you're thinking about.
So a little while ago we had a meeting before this meeting, and what we did was we talked about on-page factors and how strong our on-page factors are. So Google wants to, like I always say, Google only cares about the client searching for tree removal service near me. Mm-hmm. And they want the client to be able to find what they need real quick and exit the search and go do, continue on with the day, not hit the back button and look for something else. So we spoke a little while ago about building those silo pages where we gave the best information to our client. And that's something that Brightlocal doesn't measure. It only measures off-page factors, citations, reviews.
If I may add, in this particular case, what I think is helping Savannah Tree Service rank the highest, even though they don't have as many citations and maybe they're not as well optimized and the other factors, just the title. The title is what's...
Oh, yes. It is.
That's another thing, right.
It's the title, CAT Tree Service. Unless people specifically look for CAT service, they're going to rank on the MacPack, but from what I can see, he's number 3 on the map pack because he's so well optimized, but his title is not helping him a lot. Right. Now, if he had Tree Service Savannah CAT, his brand is still there, but Google reads it better.
Okay. Correct. So what I would do, hold on. Okay. Hold on with something, Arizona. So what I would do if I was CAT Tree Service is I would spam the GMB a couple of times. So what I mean by that is I would change the name from Cat Tree Service of Savannah, of Savannah, I would put in. Or I would put Cat Savannah Tree Service. You know what I mean? I would get the word Savannah in there.
Yeah. Could y'all give me a list real quick so just I know where to put the most importance on what are the, which I've watched a couple videos on it. I just need to get some your professional opinion on like what I know proximity is the number one factor is proximity, but after proximity, could y'all give me a list?
Exact match.
Exact match, yeah.
Exact match.
Service,
exact match.
Service plus geotag.
Okay, exact match, geotagging images.
Right, like Brooklyn electrician. Yeah.
Geographic.
Right.
Geographic.
El Paso, Savannah, Atlanta, plumber, Savannah, plumber, Los Angeles. You want your service and you want the town. That's what you
need the service and the town in the title of the pictures. Okay.
No. Just the GMB.
Just GMB. Okay.
Just the GMB.
Okay. Right. Okay. What about?
And if there are citations.
Citations.
Yeah. Let me give you an example. So when I first learned about citations in 2011, I watched this video by this guy. I shouted him out a couple of times. His name is Paul James. If anybody listening to this video goes to Paul James SEO, that's where I first learned about maps. And I watched his video and I went and checked all my directory listings and they were all wrong. I had moved locations from one location to another and all my locations were all crazy. So I had to get them all the same. I went in by hand and in 3 days I changed them all.
Wow.
I was able to get all the passwords. I was able to request a password, put in my phone number, make sure it was me. I mean, everything that I had to do, I did. And within three to 5 days, I was listed in the Google 3-pack just from changing my citations.
Gotcha. Awesome. Okay,
yeah, so that's real important.
Citation.
Real important.
So
citations are super
citations, important. Traffic, links. So this is traditional. Then the traditional organic SEO. You think that would come right after citations in importance?
After citations. I don't know. You see, I don't really know what the order is, but I'm going to tell you things that are important. So that's things that we're talking about. And let's not forget user signals. I think user signals are most important.
I think
right, Jazz? We spoke about that. Like, for example, reviews. So for example, I was looking for a Savannah tree service near me, and I found cat trees, cat tree service, right? Because then when you do the search, you'll see in the Google 3-pack, this service mentions tree service near me. Gotcha. This review, right? This review. Yeah. And then the other thing is Google Posts. You want to do in your Google Posts because also when you do a search and in the Google 3-pack, you'll notice that it also says this post mentions Savannah tree service near me.
Gotcha. Awesome.
So you want to pay attention to Google Posts.
Okay.
And then the other thing that's probably the most important is Google wants people to complete the search and get out of Google. They want people to find this tree service, click it, and end the search. So you click it, you get the phone number, you copy paste the phone number, and you call it.
Gotcha.
Or you tap to call, right? So I'm going to come up with this video pretty soon. A way to, I don't want to use the word spoof, but a way to spoof Google to have people on Craigslist do a search, click the link, click your website, and give you information. So it'll look like to Google that somebody typed in Savannah tree service, clicked cat tree service, for example, went to the website from the Google My Business, filled out a form, and ended the search.
Awesome.
So when Google sees that people keep clicking that link, it's going to raise it.
Yeah. And I know you gave me
Does that make sense?
Yeah, you gave me a really cool example. Like if you could put like these people are like hiring, if you could tell your client like, hey, this is how you're gonna get a couple calls and they're gonna be asking about a job. You know, just tell them that you filled the position or whatever. Just tell them that the job. Right. But that's a great organic way, a cool way to get calls and traffic directed to your GMB and people actually using the call now button. You know, that's really cool.
Correct. Cool. So I'm going to put a video out on that, but that's what you want. You want users to do a search for Savannah tree service near me. You want them to click your link and you want them to go to your website or call you from there. And when Google sees that people are doing that, they don't know the reason that people are doing it. But if you get people to do that, you're going to go from you're going to go from 6th place to 4th place to 3rd place to 1st place.
Awesome.
Because Google sees that you're the most popular out of everybody. People keep coming to you.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna go down here, and this is actually the next part of this side-by-side comparison. Is you have this citations matrix, which is so cool,
Right.
because tells you here we are, and here's our closest. This is the guy we need to beat, and it gives you an example of, and it shows the authority from how strong the links, the citation is, and it shows you where all your competitors, your top 10 competitors, it shows exactly where they have their citations, and literally it goes through. I'm gonna go ahead and say probably about 100. There's about 100 different places right here that it goes all the way through. So
now I'm going to say something. I want to jump on that for a second, because I saw one, and I want to warn everybody watching this, the 4 people that are watching this, is that there's a citation there called local.yahoo.com. And I could not get that citation. So if you go to local.yahoo, you just keep circling around in a circle. You're trying to put in your information, and you can't get that. You can't put your name, address, and phone number in that citation and get that citation, because it's owned. That citation, that page is owned by a company called Yext. And Yext has priority over like 40 or 50 citations or 100 citations. I don't remember what it is. So what you do is you go to Yext, you fill out this one form, you pay $1,000 a year, and you're able to get the local, like they'll do it for you. They'll do the local, they'll do whatever our priority towards Yext. I'm going to say don't buy it, because you're caught for them. Every year you have to pay them $1,000 a year to use their service. And if you disconnect it, you drop in the rankings, because you lose all those citations.
Oh man, yeah, that was so. Man, that's
right.
I'll go ahead and say this about the presentation I did with Brightlocal, is that Brightlocal actually citation builder. Let me hold on one second. Let me see.
Yeah, you could buy your citations through citation builder.
they're $3. They're $3 a piece if you buy them in bulk. If you buy them in bulk, then they're $2 a piece. But it lets you. So here are my citations for this. It shows, like I said, 11 errors, 2 correct. And you can come down here, and these are the top citations, and you can see right here where all these errors are. There's the name's wrong, the zip code's wrong and stuff. And what you can do is, when you go create a campaign with Brightlocal and you pay for citations, not only will they build the citations for you at $3 a piece, but you just go in and put the notes. They'll fix all of these citations that are wrong. So so you could do like a $25 campaign or a $50 campaign, and then
just have them fix it.
Yeah, and have them fix the ones that maybe you went to Fiverr. You went to Fiverr and paid a lot cheaper and got a lot. And then if there are any errors, you can just come into here, pay $50 to these guys. They'll create more, and then they'll fix any of the ones that were wrong.
The thing you want is you want them fixed, but I may be going off on a small tangent, and we don't have to talk about this after, but I had Yext fix all my citations. And then I went to Yext a couple of months later, and like, here, check my citations for the client that I paid for. And it still had a bunch wrong.
Really?
Yeah. Basically what I'm trying to say is that maybe they just fixed them in the system, but they're not fixed. If other people, like if we fix them here and we go to Moz, who has a citation checker, or White Spark, who has a citation checker, will they still see that the citations were fixed?
Well, the way that it was explained to me earlier is, when they build the citations, they give you a white hat, they give you a login and an email for the citation. They're perpetually yours. They will stay yours forever. If you stop using this service, they are perpetually, you own them perpetually.
So I would say fix all those, and then go to Fiverr, go to Virtual Girl, and just get your additional ones.
Okay.
Yep.
That's what I would do. Okay. That's what I would do.
And this gives you.
Yeah, I would definitely use that.
This gives you.
I would use Brightlocal.
Okay, awesome. So, really cool service. You can go right here to Rank Checker, and this is showing where we rank for our keywords and maps for all.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
allows you to
And
put
that's the
in all
thing.
these
It's
different
not,
keywords.
yeah, and that's the thing about that I didn't like about Brightlocal is that it's not accurate.
It's not you. I remember you telling me that there were it was
No.
coming up wrong sometimes. Yeah.
So I use a site called Microsite Masters, and you're able to put the zip code for Savannah tree removal.
Huh?
And you're able to put the zip codes, and you'll see the zip codes that where you rank for them.
Okay.
Because,
Awesome.
like you said before, it works on proximity, and you may
Yes.
be first in one county, but in another zip code, you may be 10th.
Gotcha.
And you're
Gotcha.
able to see that in micrositemasters.com, but
Yeah.
you don't see that here. So this is just an approximate, but you have a GS locator
I do. So I have my
changer?
location set right now to Savannah. So that's where my
Right.
location set right now. It's in the
Okay.
middle of Savannah. I'm actually
Okay.
live a couple miles outside of Savannah. So my
Right.
location, my computer set to Savannah.
Right. So you just want to double check that. And then the other service we use, what is that, Jasmine? What do we use? My Local Falcon?
Local Falcon, that's right.
I think it's called My Local Falcon.
It's I think it's localfalcon.com. Localfalcon.com.
Yeah, I think just do me a favor. Just go to mylocalfalcon.com. I'm almost sure it's My Local Falcon. I don't log in there as much as I should. But if you go to mylocalfalcon.com, the good thing about that is if you put in the client and the keyword, it'll show you on a pinned map where it'll show the whole state of Georgia, and it'll show you where you rank for each pin. Why do you have
It's Local
89? You have mylocalfalcon.com.
It's Local Falcon.
That's it. So
Yeah.
you see all those pins? So you
Uh-huh.
see right in the center, you're number 1, but if you go up to the top, you see your number 6 for that keyword.
Gotcha.
That's a really good tool, and that works better than Brightlocal in regards to seeing where you place. But Brightlocal is a great tool to see how many citations you need, what citations you need, how many links you need, how many pictures you need, and that type of stuff.
Yeah. So I want to help y'all have y'all these are 5 of the ranking, or 1, 2, 3, 4. These are 4 of the rank and rents that I'm going to try to build out my
Right.
GMBs to rank at. These are some of the
Right.
areas, and some of these areas like let me check tree removal Rome out, like this one. Okay, tree removal Rome, Georgia. These people don't even have a website and they're ranking number 1. You know what I mean? So like,
Yeah.
in my mind, this would be like, that's crazy in my mind from what I know about this. Like, I know that there are a lot of ranking and maps and organic ranking are 2 different things, but there is some that goes hand in hand, and having at least a decent organic SEO done definitely influences your maps ranking. And it's just
Sure.
crazy that these top 2 on this service for tree removal Rome,
No, it's
Georgia,
not.
the top 2
No, it's
have
not.
no website.
No, it's not. Doesn't matter. What do they have?
The title.
They have the
title.
title. Well,
Right,
they
the
don't.
title.
They don't. They don't.
It says tree service.
Maloney's
Right.
tree service
What do they
and
have?
LM tree service. Nothing says about Rome. They don't have the
Okay.
city in their
What do
tree
they have?
service. You know
What do they have? What do they
I don't-
have?
They have 20
Grasshopper.
reviews.
What do
They
they
do
have?
have 20
There you go,
reviews.
Grasshopper. That's
This
it,
one-
Grasshopper.
This one has 49 reviews.
Okay, so they have reviews that mention tree removal in
Let's
Rome,
check
Georgia.
I'm gonna check this.
Somewhere there's somewhere that said that.
Okay, let's see.
Hey, what was your worst meal in jail?
The worst.
I'll tell you what I
meal-
used to eat. Yeah,
The-
and I'll tell you, anybody that gets locked up, I'm going to tell you what you do. But go ahead. What was
Okay.
your worst meal? Were
Well,
you Muslim?
No, I was not.
You weren't? Oh, yeah. Okay,
That's
I'm going to tell you something. All right.
Okay.
So what I used to do when I was an officer, I was an officer for 7 years. I was a captain for 13 years. But when I was an officer and I worked in the housing areas, there'd be times where I didn't get a meal till 8, 9 o'clock at night. I would have food service just bring me up. I would call up food service and say, hey, we need an extra kosher. And that's just a TV dinner.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I know.
And you made sure there's no roaches or mice in that.
Yeah.
So if you get locked up, be kosher.
Well, see, we in Georgia, the way they do it in Georgia is you can be you can like go vegan, you can be a vegetarian, but if you're vegan, if you do vegan, there are only like 5 prisons in Georgia that can serve vegan, and all those prisons are like level 5s. Everybody's stabbing everybody every day. Like those are not the prisons you want to be at. So like that's not where, like, if you go vegan, if you sign up for vegan whenever you're going through your diagnostics process, if you're like, oh, I'm gonna sign up for vegan, there are only like 5 prisons in Georgia that they can house you at, and they all suck. They suck really bad. So, but yeah, we have liver like twice a month in Georgia. They have liver. I can't even go to the chow hall because of the smell. I can't even go for the smell. I can't even nothing. No. And we have.
So when you get up from your table, what do?
I mean, you knock on the table before you get
there
up.
You go. I still do that.
Knock on the table before you
when
get
I go
up.
out. When I go out with my family and I take them out to eat, and we're about to get up, I go.
Yeah. And for anybody watching, you do that. The reason that you do that is to let people know, hey, I'm fixing to make a movement. I'm fixing to stand up, and we're sitting right next to each other, and they just. If you go to stand up real quick and, I guess there's been tension, or like you're in one gang and there's a rival gang and you just go to stand up, they don't know what you're, if you have what you're standing up for. But if, you got your tray and you knock on it, I'm done eating, I'm standing up. No reason for alarm. No reason for alarm.
I'm just getting up.
Just getting up. That's fine.
Just getting up. I love that. All right. So Mahoney's.
Yeah.
Maloney,
somewhere in their reviews, one of their reviews have their keyword.
Okay.
And if it bothers you so much, why don't you just take them down?
Well,
it's very common.
I'm gonna know. I was just saying this is where I'm gonna do one of my ranking rents, and I just want to get y'all's opinion on, like, is it common?
You know that already.
Is it common to see GMBs rank without websites? Is that common? Yes, it is.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Right, Jazz?
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. Every single time. Every single time.
Do you have websites connected to all your GMBs?
Go back quick to that listing we were looking at. Malone's.
Yeah.
Maloney's. Okay. Let me see if they have any Facebook links. I mean, not Facebook. If they have a Facebook profile. Scroll down a little bit. Let's see if they have any social profiles. Because that drives a lot of juice.
Maloney's Tree Service, Facebook.com. That's their home. They do have Maloney's Tree Service from Facebook. So there's that. That's from their web results or whatever.
So they got a Better Business Bureau link, also a citation.
BBB, yeah, they do.
There you go. So they have a very strong
citation,
and then they have a Facebook.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. See, I was gonna in my. Hold on. Wait, here we are. So,
if they were smart, they would put that Facebook link in their GMB. So it would have said website, and it would have been a Facebook page.
And that's sort of just send you their Facebook page.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're not paying attention. It's a small little town.
Okay, so here's what I want to ask before I move forward with cranking out all these GMBs, because in the back of my mind this whole time I've been factoring in, and this whole process of building a rank and rent is like, okay, well I gotta buy a domain and hosting and do on-page SEO, and I've got to do that. Like, as professionals, both of y'all, do y'all recommend that, as a person that wants to build a strong GMB listing that keeps and holds his rank for the long term, that I do build a website, have some site SEO done? Or do y'all think that, like, don't waste the time and money on that when you can get it to rank without it, or use a Weebly, or what is y'all's opinion on that portion of this?
I'll let Jazz answer that, because we both went through that already. Go ahead.
Definitely, if you want to target that town right now, all you need right now is your tree removal, Rome, Georgia, GMB listing. As soon as you get it in, you get it verified. Just give it a couple of days, and then you can keyword stuff it a little bit more. Before you order your citations, keyword stuff it, because you don't want your citations to look different later on. So tree service, Rome, Georgia, dash flower service or emergency service or 24-hour service, just kind of keyword stuff, but go slowly, right? And so
You're talking about in the when you're saying keyword stuff, you're talking about the on-page GMB optimization where I'm describing my service and about us, all that kind of stuff when actually building my service.
I'm saying the title.
The title.
The
Gotcha.
title. Right. Yes, the title. Now you're going to order just the GMB as a tree removal room, Georgia. Let your GMB come in, get it verified, fill all the info, your hours, all the info. Give it a couple of days and then go back and edit the name of your GMB. You just put a dash, 24-hour emergency removal service. Let's see if it takes. About an hour or 2 hours later, you're going to see that it took. Now, you have just keyword stuff, your GMB, which is gold. Now, go ahead and order your citations. So your name, address, and phone number are consistent. Try not to be using the same phone number. So if you're using your personal number for this GMBs, you're not? Okay. So try to use
Coalfire.
Yeah, I'm going to be using CallRail. It's like $45 a month. I get 10 different numbers to forward these, you know what I mean, to do the call tracking stuff. It's call forwarding, CallRail. So I'll get local numbers for each place.
Okay. So you have a specific telephone number, and when you build your GMB, I'm going to say go ahead and build simultaneously, side by side, build your Facebook page. Okay. There are ways of optimizing a business Facebook page. You got to have the right logo. You got to have the right image. You got to have the right about me information, because that's SEO on page optimization for your Facebook. Once you have that link, then you can put it on your GMB as your website, which I think is sufficient as a website, or you can put it on your appointment URL. And so that way, as long as you optimize that page and share it and make it real and send it to your friends so they can like it, or optimize that page as much as possible, put some ads or put some promos or put some information, just optimize that page very well, because that in itself is going to start feeding your GMB.
Okay.
Right away, start making posts. And then on your post, you already have a list of keywords that you want to be known for and to rank for. So if it's for flower service, on your post, you better make a post about the flower service that you have. Okay. With some pictures, with the telephone number, with call to action, but those keywords have to be on your post. You're going to have to get some reviews with the same keywords that you want to rank for.
Okay.
The same word, tree removal room, Georgia, or you may want to do a variation, other keywords that you want to rank for, flower or emergency, or some other keywords related to the industry. Right. I would say that in itself is going to keep you very busy and it's going to help you rank very well. Okay. Well, and don't forget to order your citations, because citations are a must. But make sure that your GMB is solid before you order your citations, because you don't want to mess with it later on.
Okay. Now I guess my quick I guess is it both y'all's opinion that I start with the GMB verification and optimize my GMB page, and you said simultaneously build out and optimize my Facebook and let that do its magic first, and then if needed go in and do build a web page out and do some SEO on that web page as a third step to this process if we're still not ranking?
Yes, that's what I would do. That's awesome. What I would do.
Awesome.
That's what I would do. Because I would try the minimal thing first to see what happens, because when you have to start building a website, then it turns into a thing. So if you can get it done without turning it into a thing, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
And just optimizing your GMB, making daily posts, and optimizing your Facebook is going to take some time, like your actual time on the computer doing it. So if you still find the time, do your GMB, do your Facebook, let the calls start coming in, start selling your leads, and then on the side, learn how to, what Brett was showing us earlier, how to do your silos. So go on WordPress and start learning how to do your silos. And it's going to cost you money because you're going to order your content and you're going to order your images.
Yeah.
And you can get the feel of it. And then later on, once your website is live, then you're not only ranking on maps, but you can rank organically as well,
too.
which is beautiful. So
yeah, just know you're not going to rank with a Weebly site or a Wix site for the most part. It happens, but it's easier to do it with a WordPress site.
Yeah, see, I have a WordPress site that we did for, okay, tree removal service Savannah. Let's see where I'm popping up on the rankings. I am, boom. So I'm what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're 10th out of maybe like 40. We did this a couple weeks ago. I'm 10th out of 40.
Good.
This is
so. What should you do? That's you.
That's me. This tree removal. Yeah, this is me. We're 10th out of 40.
Okay.
Sometimes, depending on the keyword, we've been like 7 or 6. But like I said, man, yeah. So this is my website. It is I paid somebody on Fiverr. They did this for $75. It was $75. I mean, I know it's not optimized that well and everything, but it's a 5-page functional, about us, contact us, location. I've got, I believe I have, I've got all right, where is it? Is it?
This is still your website? Okay.
This is the website for the tree removal service Savannah. I've got the maps embedded in here. Our maps location embedded. So like I said, it's definitely not, we don't have like off site, there's not a lot of backlinks. I haven't ordered any backlinks. I haven't done anything like that yet, but this is this is us right here. So I know that.
Okay, so let me tell you how to get you just got to get clicks to that. You need more reviews.
Clicks and reviews.
Send me over a link.
Yes. Clicks. I'll send you a link. I click and I made an account on Bitly.
Right.
And to make the long URLs into a short. I made that. So yeah.
Go back real quick to Google Maps. Let's see who's ranking on the pre-Mac pack, and let's see why they're ranking there. Let's see if we can.
This is the SEO guy this is the guy out of California. He was out of Detroit. He's out of California that does the map pack stuff. This is the guy that we're trying to beat. You know what I mean? He's been ranking here for about. He's been ranking here for about. I'll click on this. He's been ranking.
Well, let me just see if he has any Facebook or social profiles.
Okay. So let's see.
He does not, right? No. Okay, but
I don't think so.
Okay, well then you'll have an advantage over it. But notice right here on his listing.
Okay.
Their website mentions tree removal.
Yeah, mine does not say that. I don't know if my website's not being indexed properly or something, but mine does not say that. Mine definitely has got that keyword throughout it.
Right. Notice the second one, Georgia Tree Solutions. Their website mentions tree removal services. And notice the third one, their website mentions tree removal.
Okay.
That's the fourth one.
That's
from a review, right?
That's a review, right?
That's a review. So you see how
Jasmine.
Yes.
Aren't you getting hot? Isn't it hot in there? Where are you? El Paso, right? Isn't it hot there?
It's super hot in here. Yes.
Is it? Take that top off. I can't take this with this GMB anymore. I'm going crazy. All right, go ahead. Keep going. Sorry.
Yeah, see, mine's not saying it doesn't say anything,
Right.
As far as
so what you need to do is you need to set up those silo pages the way I asked you to set them up. So create 4 pages and send them over to that guy and say attach them this way.
Okay. Now could I just go back into my when you say, okay, let me go to this website real quick. So you say the silo pages, would I just have them come and do the when I see that's where I'm kind of, that's a little beyond me
Okay.
right now.
So then we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that at another. We'll talk about that
Okay.
at another time, or maybe for our next, because we're coming up on an hour.
Okay.
So we'll talk about that. But you should create a silo page for tree removal services. So you have your first page. You see that tree removal service you have? Go back to your website.
My website.
Jazz, you see it?
Yes.
My tree removal service. This
Yes.
one.
Yeah, go back to your website. Go back to your website. Right.
Okay.
So you have your tree removal service. You need 3 other pages that support that page.
They support just this page.
Right.
Okay.
Let's see. Click on that page.
Right.
Click on it. Let me see it. Okay. Hit Control F.
Boom. Hit Control F.
Yeah.
Type in tree removal. You only have it 5 times on your website.
Okay. How many times does it need to be on there?
Well, it should only be 3% of the text. So you got to be careful with that.
Okay.
How much text do you have? Let me see. How many words do you have?
And it shouldn't say our services.
Maybe you don't have. You just don't have content.
I know. Well, I mean, you go to services when you go to our services.
Yeah, you don't have enough content on the page
about us. Yeah, it's not. There's no all the content.
No, go back to the.
All the content is company overview.
Okay. Well, forget about that. We're talking about that tree removal page. So go back to that tree removal page. We need content on that page, right? And you got to scroll up. So where it says it says our services. It should be our tree removal services or something to that effect.
Okay.
Right. Our services. You could be a barber shop, a nail salon. What services? What are you talking about?
Gotcha. See, what I did is when I paid, I knew that paying $75 for on a Fiverr
that's
website,
okay.
I knew that it wasn't going to be optimized that well. Then I was going to go in and actually pay somebody to optimize the site, do the SEO on the site. You know what I mean? I was just paying to get it built up and running. I still have to, obviously.
I understand.
So
in the URL it says our services. It should be our tree removals.
Yes.
Yeah. So those are the little things that need to be done. But you can watch a little video and do that yourself, or you can send it over to me. I'll help you.
Okay. And see, I know that my schema, my local schema is not.
Yeah. That's another thing.
Yeah, that's not. None of that's done. It's not optimized.
Right.
So I definitely know that a lot of it's lacking, but.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. You did great. You did great. This is the first time I'm seeing this website, and you did great. But just remember that maybe we'll talk the next time. Tomorrow we're having our meeting, right? What time tomorrow?
Tomorrow we can do it regular time if you want. If you want to do it later, I'll let you pick. Regular 11 to 12.
Okay. So what we'll do is we'll do between 11 and 12 tomorrow. We'll go over the silo.
We'll go over the silo,
and then let's just do the silo tomorrow so we can have the proper content on our website to talk about that tree removal service.
Okay, well, how about this? Can we combine a little bit? Can you teach me a little bit about where I can go or how I can generate decent content if I don't know anything about the service? Because I need the content, you know what I mean, in the first place. Yeah, that'd be awesome. That'd be key.
You got it? Yeah,
okay.
I can do that. Jazz, can you join us tomorrow?
I will try.
All right. Go ahead.
I have another suggestion for before you optimize it. Just go back to your competitor number 1, the guy that is ranking number 1. Look at his website. Do Control F on his homepage or the page that is ranking. Your competitor is your competitor because you want to see how much content he has and.
Okay, so do Control F, and do tree removal Savannah.
Right. Is this okay?
Tree removal. He has got 5 times mentioning tree removal, and how many times Savannah?
But this is his homepage.
Okay, so
Right.
what do I need to go to the tree removal section?
There you
Right
go.
there?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. He's
Okay,
gonna be
go
well.
there.
Yeah.
Okay, and see.
I
I mean,
don't
he
do it
doesn't
that
have
way.
that.
That's
He
good. I like
doesn't.
that.
He doesn't have a whole lot of content either.
Right. So
Now
then
Arbor Care.
so let me ask you a question. If we built a website that had great content that helped the users and the search, who would
But
they rank?
Absolutely, I
but
guess
he but he has it on the title.
he does have it on the
Yeah.
top.
He
Okay.
has it on the title.
So he's
Right. So
got
those are little
Arbor
things
Care.
that we could
He's
do.
got
Put it in the
Arbor Care.
H1 and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And see, this is how he tries to skate by within people like snitching on him about your GMB not being named properly. See, Triality is actually my buddy's company. So the way that I guess to try to safeguard himself against somebody trying to do a name change. So he says
Right.
Savannah Tree Service by Triality. You know what I mean? And if my buddy stopped using them, he would just change that Triality to the next client of his that he's forwarding leads to. So that's kind of
Wow. Oh, that's interesting. Wait. Let's hang out here for a second.
Okay.
Oh, so when he ranks and rents, he
Yes.
gets the site to #1 and then just puts in the brand name,
Yes.
for example.
Yeah, right here by Savannah Tree
I
Service
see.
by Scout. Yeah, so
I
that
like
way it
that.
kind of safeguards him a little bit from anybody
Right.
trying to. And my buddy, he understands what's going on. Like this guy's
Right.
really transparent with my friend.
Yeah.
He's like, listen,
Sure.
when you answer the phone from now on, just answer the phone and say tree service. Don't say Triality. He said, when you get a lead from me through the whisper, because there has a whisper on the call forward and it says this lead by Ipe. So it says, whenever you get one of my leads, just answer the phone and say tree service. That's it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
My friend used to do that with printing company. He used to just say printing company. Yeah. Yep. Love it. See, you always learn things. That's great, man. That's great. Good stuff.
Awesome.
I didn't know that. That's good. Well, let's start wrapping it up
Okay.
here. I just want to thank everybody for attending. Jasmine, you really helped me out because I really like your knowledge that you have in GMB, and I'm really looking forward to your channel because I know you're going to do great. And this was a great way to break you out in the online because you don't have a channel yet, and this is your first video. So great job. You did a great job today.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're super helpful.
Isn't she great?
Yeah, I want to say, I appreciate the information, the value from it so much. Like, cause you're really like you provided a lot, and I just want to tell you, I appreciate you for taking the time and doing this video. To the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate it. Thank you.
You're a good man. You're a good man, Arizona. Things are going to work out great for you. We're all pushing for you. You have, the people here in this room right now are pushing for you. And you have a bunch of people that watch this video and everybody's like, hey, man, I love this Arizona guy. And, you're going to do real well. So both you guys, I wish you guys both the best. It's going to work out great for both of you guys. I'm glad that I'm able to be a springboard for both of you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you guys.
All right.
Catch you in a bit. See you later, alligator.
All right.
Okay,
bye.
Crocodile.
Bye.
Bye, guys.